Hello, fellow organizing enthusiasts. Welcome to I Speak Organized. Today's video is yet another stop on my Organized Home Tour series, and we're going to be looking at the Playroom. So the Organized Home Tour series is an opportunity for you to come and get a close-up view of a professionally organized space. If you're a parent dreaming of a clutter-free play haven, or you're new to the organizing industry, you're thinking about starting a professional organizing business, and you want to learn a little bit more about how to organize this type of space for a client, this is going to be a great video for you. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks along the way about how the process works. I'm going to show you my favorite products for a space like this. I have several different varieties of products that I like to use, and so hopefully there will be something in there that strikes your fancy. So if that sounds good to you, I encourage you to stick around and let's get into it. Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Melanie Summers, professional organizer, decluttering expert, and ADHD organizing specialist. I like to speak organized to give you the tools to conquer your clutter, live life with more purpose, and learn all about the business of tidying. Do me a favor and pull out your device and tap the subscribe button so that you will become an official member of the Speaker fam. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and tap that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post new content every single week. You can come hang out with me and follow along with all the antics on social media. My handle is @ISpeakOrganized, and I hang out mostly on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And don't forget, if you need advice from a professional organizer, you're working on a project, or you're thinking of starting your own professional organizing business, join my free Facebook group. It's a great place to get advice on all things organizing and pro organizer business. And I would love to see you there. All that good stuff is going to be located down in the description of the video. First stage in this process is generally going to be decluttering and editing your belongings. There's probably going to be stuff in the space that is no longer age appropriate, or it's broken and it needs to go bye-bye. It's important to understand the structure of a good organizing system, especially in a space like this. The name of the game is easy storage solutions. Nothing that requires a ton of fine motor skills to operate, because your kids are gonna get frustrated and it's their space, and we want to instill the ability for them to maintain it themselves. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck doing all of the work, and that's going to get tiring on top of everything else, and the whole thing just falls apart. I see it all the time. So I'm going to point out the easy systems and give you some tips along the way to kind of help your kids along in this process as well. But first, let's get into how we stage an organizing session. It's very simple. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you've cleared a nice flat surface with lots of room. I like to bring folding tables. That generally makes it a little bit easier, so you're not having to get up and down off the ground. But in this case, I'm not going to lug my folding table upstairs. So we're just going to stage some spaces. I use trash bags for donations. You can also use boxes if you have things that are more breakable or fragile, whatever it happens to be. I also have a laundry basket that is going to hold items that need to maybe go somewhere else in the house. And then I'll also have a basket of things that need to be donated. After you set up your staging area, you're gonna start decluttering. If you have a system set up already and you're just refreshing the space, you'll see how quick and easy this process is, because you're just kind of pulling things out and assessing what you already know you have. If you're starting with a giant mountain of things, just pick a wall and work your way from right to left, or pick a pile and just sort of attack one section at a time. Pull those things into your open space and start to separate them according to if they're staying in the space, if they're being donated, or if they're being trashed. If your kids are old enough, I would say probably 5 or older, they can participate in some of the decision making about whether or not they want to keep something. And you are going to be the most successful if you have a system set in place where you keep specific items. Once a shelf is full or a bin is full, that means that no more can go in there and they have to start editing their belongings. So let's use the example of a stuffy hammock. If your stuffy hammock is full and you still have stuffies left over, your kids are going to have to start making decisions about which ones are their favorite so that everything fits comfortably in the space. Any overflow is going to get donated. As you notice that things are damaged, especially if it's a textile, like if it's a stuffy or a piece of dress-up clothing, something that's stained, torn, whatever isn't going to be able to be passed on and donated properly, you can look into textile recycling. You can head to earth911.com to find your nearest local textiling recycling facility. It can be very frustrating when you don't know where to take an item to declutter, so it's a good idea to sit down and figure out those resources ahead of time, or if you're in the middle of the process and you don't know where to take something but you know you want to get rid of it, set it aside into your decision pile and then take an evening to go through and do a little bit of research. Add those errands to your calendar. The last couple of steps here are going to be to systematize and to choose product. So choose an organizing system that works for you. I have my cube storage unit, so measure the cubes as well. You don't necessarily need to just get the big square bins where everything just falls into a bottomless black hole. I do have those in the system, but I also have some other organizing bins that I've purchased to create play kits, and so I'll go through that with you guys. The bonus step here after setting up your systems and installing product would be to label everything. I do recommend it, especially if you have ADHD. That's something I haven't done in this space yet, but I'm working on getting that up and running in here. And the best labels for playrooms are going to be visual. So they're going to be bold, photo-based or image-based labels that are going to allow your kids to know exactly what goes where. And then as they get older, you can start to implement written labels, especially if you're trying to help them learn how to read and practice that skill. That's super helpful as well. Now, I know that many of you coming to this channel are interested in starting a professional organizing business. You're kind of in the beginning phases, or you're looking for ways to level up your business. I'm your go-to gal for all things pro organizing business. So if that's you, perk up your ears for the next 90 seconds for our latest special offers. You have the opportunity to schedule an affordable consultation with me to get all of your questions answered. For real, nothing is off the table. And I would be honored to strategize with you and provide you with tons of resources during our call. I am serious about my mission to help you successfully start your own business and help you overcome any fear or doubt you have in your ability to make home organizing your new career. It was the best thing I ever did, and I would love to help you do it too. My schedule fills up quickly, so be sure to click the link in the description or the pinned comment to book your call before all of my slots are full for the month. And if you're ready to get paying clients in the door faster, you're going to need a streamlined process to onboard your prospects. And I have taken all the guesswork out of doing that. What to ask potential clients during consultations, what to put in your agreements, getting customer reviews, and more with my signature Pro Organizer Forms pack. These are 9 done-for-you forms that are customizable in a free Canva account, and I'll even show you how to set up that account if you've never used Canva before. These forms will save you days, possibly weeks worth of work researching and drafting critical documents to run your business professionally, and they're specifically designed for our industry. All of my YouTube and podcast fam get an exclusive discount, YT Pro 8, and that will get you $8 off at checkout. Lastly, if you are totally intimidated by using social media for your business, I have a great class that you can watch on your own time called the I Speak Organized Social Media Method. It includes 5 20 to 30 minute lessons that will help you come up with endless post ideas for the most popular platforms, including easy Reels and TikTok video ideas, how to boost your following and engagement with people who actually like and share your content, how to post consistently without spending hours on social every day, with my signature content planner that you'll receive for free at the end of class, and a breakdown of all my favorite tools and software. I've made it super accessible and affordable for you. And of course, you get a bonus discount for being part of my speaker fam. ISO Social 5 at checkout. All right, let's go through a quick tour. I'll show you everything. And I want to remind you that these organizing systems are pretty realistic for most people. And I don't shy away from the imperfections of a space, especially a playroom. So I didn't go to all of the trouble of like wiping off the marker on the table and there's crayon marks and stuff everywhere. So it just kind of is what it is, and it's regular everyday life. And my mission with I Speak Organized is to make sure that you all know that perfection doesn't have to be part of the equation to have a beautifully organized space, and that you can just strive for better instead of the after, you know, the Pinterest perfect look. So let's go ahead and look through. So this is the dress up station. I bought this on Amazon about a year ago, and it comes with the 2 gray drawers there, and it has a little mirror on the side, which is super cute. And this is where I have all of my kids' dress up clothes. So the hangers are a little bit difficult for them to use, but I am trying to teach them how to hang up their own clothes. And so this is an area that I do have to kind of help them with, but the bins make it really easy to clean everything else up. And we just have some really simple things on top. This is all of their play, makeup, and jewelry. Down in here, there's their Barbie stash because they're starting to get to that age. And then on the bottom, we have like dress up shoes. Over here are more dress up clothes. These are the ones that my kids can put away really easily themselves. These are like hats and skirts, little purse to hang things. The hooks make it really easy for the kids to put stuff away. And then this bin is where we keep their like little play purses and backpacks. Over here is the kitchen station. So I chose a toy here that also created functional storage space because it has all of the drawers and doors. So I can store things in here if I need to. I've used this bottom drawer and I put in a little drop front bin that holds all of their kitchen like dishes and pots and pans and stuff like that. And then same thing in here. I can use this all as storage. In here is where they keep their play food. I suppose I could put that in the fridge, but I think the reason why I chose not to do that is because of the ice maker. So that just kind of sits empty there. And they got a little picnic basket up there. So these bins, this is a Bino brand drop front bin that I picked up from Amazon. I'll be sure to link that. And it fits perfectly again because I measured the space. And then we also homeschool our kids, which is why we have these posters up here that kind of help with their educational journey. And then over here, I'll show you, this is really super cute. We have an art display wall. So I'm able to hang up their latest creations. And then once this wall gets full, we kind of rotate pieces in and out. And I have a little archival file box where I keep all of their older art pieces. And since we are homeschooling, we also have this big cabinet. This actually used to be the wardrobe that was in my daughter's room in their closet in our other house, and we have since turned it into our sort of like school homeschool closet. So up top we have some special like science projects and some toys and things that they need special permission to get down to use that are in those bins up top. So things like Play-Doh and things like that. And then same thing with this second shelf here. These are all things, these are kits for crafts and for drawing, and a lot of the markers and Play-Doh and paint and things that I don't want my kids necessarily pulling out on their own. They're actually going to ask permission, and we're going to pull these things down and do them together. So I have a collection of pens, pencils, markers, and scissors in here. I've got a bunch of craft supplies in this basket. This is where we keep like the glue and the ribbon and anything where you would need an adult to assist on a craft project. Same thing with Play-Doh over here. And then we've got paints in the back and chalk, you know, just different types of craft projects. And I love these bins, these art bins with the handles. They fit perfectly. You'll see I use them also over here to create play kits in the cube storage area, which we'll go through in a second. But they come in packs of 4 on Amazon. I'll be sure to link those as well. You can pull one kit out and do the activity according to whatever's inside. And then we have books on the next 2 shelves. These are shelves that my kids can reach so that they can go and grab their own books if we want to sit in our little chair and do some reading, whatever, before bed. And then in the drawers down below, these are their activity books, their educational stuff. This is where we practice all of our numbers, our alphabet. There's games like homeschool, educational cards and things like that. All the things that we need to work on our schooling. My oldest is in kindergarten this year. My youngest is in pre-K. So there's not a whole lot when it comes to that. And this will probably morph and expand as this becomes a more heavy-duty homeschool area. Down below are some of the craft supplies that my kids can grab on their own when they want to play independently. So there's like a paper plate craft kit in here that just uses tape that they can pull out and do. They have cookie cutters, which they use for tracing. There's stickers and other stuff in there that I'm perfectly happy with them grabbing on their own. And then same thing down here. These are all crayons and those Color Wonder markers. So they can grab this stuff on their own and go to town. There's a bunch of loose leaf paper in some of these craft drawers too, so they can go and draw. And then coming over to the toy zone. So this is where there's a little bit more micro organizing going on. So if you are doing this for clients, you can determine if your clients are more macro or micro organizers. And I don't really expect my clients to keep up a micro organized system like this, which is why there's a combination of large bins and then also smaller kits that you can develop with them too. Especially if your kids are cleaning up. Like in here, I have all of the accessories that go with the dollhouse right here in this zipper pouch. And if my kids are playing with the dollhouse and I ask them to clean up, I'm not going to expect that they're going to put everything back into this zipper pouch, but I know that the zipper pouch lives in this bin. So it's very easy for me to just dump the bin out and micro organize things back into their bags if I want to. So I have that system set up in place so that I can do that as needed. It's also very affordable. I'll link all these on Amazon too. They come in several different colors and I have them categorized according to different colors so I know what's what. That's sort of my way of labeling things in this space. These are kits. So these are ones that my kids actually need to ask for permission to use because they have a lot of really small pieces, or they are games that only work if all the pieces are there. So these bins are stackable here and they have pretty heavy duty latches that my kids can't really operate very well. So they actually have to ask permission to play with these toys and we do them together. These ones over here, these are just play kits that I've created that my kids are capable of opening on their own. They're a lot easier to get into. So there's like the ice cream play kit. There's Mr. Potato Head. I actually have 2 bins of Mr. Potato Head, and then there's like a robot connects kit down there. That's super fun. And then over here, I have a bunch of puzzles. So these are puzzle boards that they can come and grab on their own. And in here are more technical puzzles that we'll pull out and do together. I have the puzzle boards stashed over here, so we can grab those and do some of these more technical puzzles together if we want to. There's big floor puzzles in there, so that's kind of what lives in there. And then in these bins, this is kind of like a dump free-for-all bin. This is a lot of the miscellaneous toys that my kids have. There's cars and trucks and, you know, binoculars, all the random stuff kind of goes in there. So this is one that I will give my kids specific instructions to just put the stuff away. They know exactly that it goes in the corgi bin. That's where all the randomness goes. And then the other 3 bins are taken up by various types of stuffies because my kids are still pretty little and they love their stuffies. So these are animals. So the llama bin gets all the animals. These are like specific sets. So you've got, you know, Grinch, Cindy, Lou Who, and Max in here. Minnie and Mickey are in there. So they're like specific sets that they look for. And then these are all characters that my kids like, and so those all live in there like that. And it's pretty simple. I'll show you one other thing that we do. We do keep toys in one other location that's kind of sneaky. Okay, I mentioned before that we don't keep toys in the family areas, but it's unrealistic to assume that my kids are going to not want to be around us when we're downstairs and have something to do. So I do have a couple of toys stashed strategically in our coffee table. So it lifts up and we have just some things that they know they can come and grab when they want to play while we're making dinner. So they have drawing tablets down here. They have stuff that they can draw with. There's some books in here. And then there's a little gardening kit that they can take and use outside. I also keep a stash of toys. It's not very cute, but over here I keep a little stash of toys that they can take and play with out in the backyard, since the backyard's just right there off the kitchen. And so that's sort of our answer to having the storage easily accessible for the toys, but also hidden so that the family space can just be for adults and entertaining and it doesn't get taken over by toys. Okay, fam, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for sticking around through this quick little tour of the Playroom space. I really hope that it was helpful. If there's anything that wasn't clear or you need a little bit more of an explanation on, please feel free to comment down below and ask questions. I'm happy to help. Be sure to join my free Facebook group. That's another great place to ask questions. And be sure to check out all of the goodies down in the description of the video. That's where you're going to find all of the links to my resources. You're going to be able to get on my calendar if you want to schedule a consultation. You're going to be able to invest in the Pro Organizer Forms Pack or my social media course, whatever it is that you would like to do. That's all down for you there. And beyond that, I hope you guys have a fabulous day and I will see you in the next one. Bye.